What's going on, Jets fans? Dylan Tereman back with another film breakdown from the Jets 2025 draft class. I appreciate everyone who checked out the Arian Smith breakdown. The link is in the description below. Today we'll be taking a look at the Jets' other fourth-round selection, Malachi Moore, defensive back, Alabama. Darren Muji conducted his first draft day trade by sending picks 145 and 207 overall to the Philadelphia Eagles in exchange for pick 130, where they drafted Moore. So let's see if we can learn why the Jets value him in such high regard. Moore was the star defender in the Crimson Tide's defense after Brian Branch left for the NFL, but played a more traditional safety role in 2024. For comparison, Moore played 468 snaps in the slot in 2023, but only 180 snaps in 2024. At free safety, the number skyrockets from 69 to 350 snaps in 2024, which immediately signals that he, at the very least, is versatile. Let's see what the film tells us. The first clip, we have a motion screen to Luther Burden. You'll see him going from the bottom to the top of your screen in motion here. I'm trying to use a larger cursor, taking the feedback from the previous video. Luther Burden right here is going to go in motion, making this a 3-by-1 formation for Missouri, and the safeties are going to roll. So you see Malachi Moore is holding the single high safety roll pre-snap. As the motion happens, he's going to roll downhill a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage, and his immediate impact in the run game is evident here as we watch. You'll see him trigger downhill very quickly, get around the block of the right guard out in space, and make a clean tackle for a tackle for loss or no gain. Let's watch it. Motion from Burden. See Moore down at the line of scrimmage, triggering. He heads downfield, easy tackle. That's the way to get it going. Be a force in the screen game, in the run game. It's all going to set up for second and third and long for the offense. You'll see it from the back angle. He gets around the right guard's extended reach, able to slide in there for a good tackle. Great first impression of Malachi Moore. Second clip we have here, he's down at the kind of split safety position. He's roaming down toward the line of scrimmage on this play, and he's going to take Luther Burden, who's in the slot here. He's going to run an inside fade, and Malachi Moore is going to flip his hips, pick it up, and run with him in coverage. My only complaint on this play for Malachi Moore is that if he turned his head around just a second sooner, he would have had an interception. But let's watch here and just see how easily and fluidly he's able to pick up in man coverage. Burden free release. Malachi Moore flips his hips, runs with him in his hip pocket, creates a pass deflection, no gain, no first down for Missouri. You'll see it on the back end. He comes into play off the right-hand side of the screen. Luther Burden gets the free release. In his hip pocket, great defense. If he turned his head around just 1 second sooner, he may have had an interception and a key takeaway for the defense. But all in all, a very positive play and coverage for Malachi Moore. The second clip I have, this is him in the single high post safety roll. He's just going to be reading, the number 2 receiver up at the top of the screen, the one in the slot. He's just going to run a post pattern. He's reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way. I don't think this is Brady Cook. I believe it is their backup, and he just throws a terrible pass way too far inside on the post pattern. Malachi Moore, great eyes, great instincts, great recognition, able to get over, pick the ball off, and you'll see the result is a big return. Here we go, the post coming into the screen. He throws it. Malachi Moore reads it. Perfect eyes. Big return. Probably could have followed his blockers up to the short side of the field, but big return nonetheless. And this is something that the Jets desperately need out of their defense. Somebody who's going to take the ball away. You'll see him here standing on Alabama's logo. He's going to drop back, read number 6, the quarterback's eyes, and make an easy interception. See him backpedaling, flips his hips, easy pick. Big return here. This is something the Jets have been missing for quite a long time, is somebody who's going to take the ball away and capitalize on the offense's mistakes. Here we have a good run fill from Malachi Moore. He's going to do a great job of getting through the block of Luther Burden. You'll see Luther Burden is the number 3 receiver right here. Malachi Moore is right here playing kind of a box safety type role. You'll see him get through the block, physical in the run game, easy stop. There he is, engaged, stack shed, get his arm off the block, able to get down for the minimal gain. I know it's not a run stuff or a tackle for loss, but it shows his physicality. You'll see it here. Physicality to just play through the block, get through, make a big play on the ball, stops the running back in his tracks. So you're seeing it here through just 4 clips, versatility, pass game, run game, single high. He's doing the split safety work as well. So the versatility immediately pops off the page. This one, we have a good play recognition. We'll see Malachi Moore in the post safety role again. He's going to come crashing down. Arian Smith, who you see right here is the number 1 to the bottom of the screen. He's going to run a hook sit route right around the referee on the mesh concept. And you'll see Malachi Moore. He's going to come down, play very good coverage, eliminate that in the progression, and then he's going to snap off of it and head to the shallow cross. And if the shallow cross held on to the ball, he would have immediately gotten stopped in his tracks. So Malachi Moore, tons of play recognition, as we'll see here. Mesh concept, we got the hook sit. He got him. He sees the shallow cross, and he's ready to key in on it right away. So even if number 6 was to catch it, Malachi Moore was going to stop him dead in his tracks, minimal gain anyway. Great heads-up play, instinctual player, cerebral player Malachi Moore is, and this is one of the reasons why he's one of my favorite day 3 picks for the New York Jets. And then the final clip I have for you, here he is down in the box playing, I guess, like a weak side linebacker role, although he is the box safety on the play. He's going to key in on a run play. I guess it's like a wide zone stretch left. He's going to key in, and he's going to push down the 30-yard line with full effort and make one of the most, I guess, one of the most impressive tackles, I should say, in the entire film for me. He stopped this from being a big play. It easily would have gone for a first down, if not a lot more, if not for Malachi Moore getting over in his spot. But playing at the weak side spot and getting all the way to the far side of the field, as you'll see as we play it, crashes, big tackle around the ankles of the running back, stopping him in his tracks. You don't even see Malachi Moore on the end zone angle. He comes screaming off. Big hit, stopped in his tracks. This is the type of, tenacity we used to see out of a Jamal Adams type of safety for the New York Jets. So maybe we're getting a little bit of a harbinger of what's to come with Malachi Moore. I don't know necessarily that he's going to be as impressive as Jamal Adams will be. I do think there is going to be a role for him in this defense. You have a ton of capable bodies, above average bodies, in my opinion. You have Cisco, you have Malachi Moore, and then you have the 4 cornerbacks, Sauce, Stevens, Carter II, and then the new rookie Azariah Thomas. And I think this just gives you so much versatility on the back end. Malachi Moore is going to be your roamer over the top if need be. He's going to be your box safety who can come down and hit hard. As you see on the screen, this game against Wisconsin, he forced a big hit and a fumble against the ball carrier here in this graphic. So the tenacity of the player you're getting. This just kind of screams the Aaron Glenn type of defensive player that he wants, somebody who's going to toe the line with his physicality, who may get a couple unnecessary roughness penalties throughout the course of his career, but he's going to make up for that with the hard-hitting explosive plays that you'll see, the tackles for loss, the big hits in the pass game as well. So Malachi Moore is somebody to me that is a sneaky day 3 pick. I understand being a top 130, top 150 pick in the NFL, you do come in with expectations. And I think by the end of year 1, I would not be surprised if Malachi Moore was the starter over Tony Adams for the last 6 to 8 games of the season. Maybe they even like him so much that they give him the starting role out the gates in the defense. I will say I think it's going to be a little bit interesting to find out who gets the green dot in the defense for Aaron Glenn and Steve Wilks. Last year, it was Jamien Sherwood, excuse me, who got the green dot at the linebacker position. But with Detroit and the Lions, when Aaron Glenn was there, Brian Branch had the green dot. So will Malachi Moore, who is kind of penciled in as that quote unquote Brian Branch role for right now, is he going to be the one that's the communicator on the third level of the defense? Is he going to get the green dot? So a ton of interesting expectations for Malachi Moore. Like I said, if he's a starter by mid-season, I certainly wouldn't be shocked. And I think by the start of 2026, regardless of what happens with Tony Adams, Malachi Moore will be in play to be the starter opposite Cisco. So you're talking about a fourth-round pick who could become an immediate to, short-term starter in his rookie contract. And I think that's a hit. I know the Arian Smith breakdown and the Arian Smith opinions are a little bit skewed. Is he a bust? Is he just a seventh round punt gunner and that's the best we're ever going to get from him? Maybe that's the case. But with Malachi Moore, you can see the floor is a lot higher. The development is already there. Obviously, a big program like Alabama. These guys are NFL ready for the most part. So Malachi Moore to me was my favorite day 3 selection of the New York Jets, and I'm excited to see what he can bring to this back end of the defense. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Again, the link to the Arian Smith breakdown will be in the description to this one. I've tried to take your feedback as best as possible, tried to use better clips, better keys, like my cursor is a little bit bigger so that you can see more where I'm trying to point out. But I appreciate everybody sticking with me through this as we try something new. And there's only going to be more from here. So as I get better, the videos will get better as well. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and let's go Jets.